Hello everyone, this is Nick with Toadtown. This is going to be a brief overview of the remote control / automatic chicken coop door controller that I built. So here is the door itself, and I got this pattern idea off of YouTube. Everything here was built with scrap wood and plywood. So in this case, it's kind of like 1x3 pine and I believe 1/2 inch plywood. Looks like 3/4 inch plywood would be a little bit heavier. But ultimately, you can kind of see it back there, but there's 3 vertical boards. So 1, 2, 3. That's the middle one. So that's creating the channel for the plywood. And behind here is a horizontal support to keep the width properly the same. And the width down here is staying the same with this 2x4 in the ground. That's connected to this. There's 2 front boards, you can look at it here in a couple minutes, that are ultimately sandwiching the structure to this, I believe, 1/2 inch hardware cloth. So, quick demonstration. So there's the drill, which is controlling it all, which is the power to all this. So here is the web server. Simple web server off a Raspberry Pi. And you guys gotta stay out. Go on. Alright, so if we hit, so it says door is open. No, go on. We hit close door. Okay, so that is spinning the drill clockwise. Alright. Door should be closed. Door is closed. Home. Now if I try and go to close it again, I have a kind of a safety in here. Closed door, and it says the door should be closed. Are you sure you want to close the door? Hit home. And I'm not going to close the door again because I don't want my line to unspool. So I'm going to hit open door. Just rotating that counterclockwise. So working our way back, we have this drill. This happens to be a Porter cable hammer drill, 18 volt, pretty standard stuff. That one was retired, so I had it laying around and I'm using it. In this case, I disconnected everything and this drill is no longer operable. But if you didn't want to do that, what I'm about to show you, you could potentially do with a different power supply connecting to the contacts at the base of the drill, and you would just need some way to feather the trigger to get it to the proper speed and make sure that trigger doesn't change over time. But in this case, I have a 5 volt 6 amp power supply that is feeding power directly to the drill motor. I'm on first position, so low speed, high torque on the drill setting, and this is just a lag screw I had laying around, and I put this fender washer on here and make sure that line doesn't come off. So we have power, we have motor. To control the motor, there's 2 one-channel relays here. So if this relay activates, we're going to go clockwise. This relay activates, we're going to go counterclockwise. And those inputs right here are connected to this Raspberry Pi 0W. Everything else here is just power. Got power for security cameras in here, keep an eye on the chickens, power to the relays, power to the Raspberry Pi, and then ultimately that power supply, which is going through the relays to the drill. So my suggestion, if you were to try this, if you had an old drill laying around, that'd be perfect. Otherwise, maybe a cheap $20 drill should be just fine. You could just get a low speed, high torque motor, but the planetary gears in here are making that a lot more doable, lifting that amount of weight. Okay, here's what it looks like from the front. Here's that top horizontal support I was talking about, which is sitting on the top of this vertical support. And then these two vertical pieces in front are tying the frame of the door to the chicken pen structure and sandwiching the hardware cloth to make sure nothing can get in around it. The program I have running on this is available on my GitHub, which is linked in the description. I do have a more complicated program that has time scheduling. I ended up not using it just because I wanted to keep things simple to start with. But ultimately my intention is to have a scheduled door and also to have limit switches on here that will tell the Raspberry Pi or other microcontroller if the door is in the open or closed position to make sure there are no accidental double opens or double closes. Thanks for watching.